Thanks for joining us. I'm Marlin Bohling with you here on a Tuesday that feels like a Monday just because it does. There was no trade yesterday. And of course, we're watching the open of our trade activity today. Let's take a look at our corn market right now with our quotes provided by Bar Chart. Corn just kind of dead in the water. I mean, it only moves about 1/4 cent up or down. And right now you have December corn up 1/4 cent is all at 3.58 1/4 per bushel. On our soybean trade right now, we currently have the new crop November contract 1/4 cent higher, and it's trading at 9.68 1/4 per bushel. Just very quiet activity, and this is after we had about 664,000 tons of soybeans that were sold in the overnight update from USDA. Now on the wheat, here's how we're opening in Chicago. We are lower, but coming off of the lows already. December down 4 cents at 5.46 1/4. That's already 4 cents off of its earlier low this morning. In the Kansas City market, here you have December trading 1.25 lower at 4.71 1/4, and it's off of its earlier low by nearly 4 cents. In the Minneapolis wheat, the spring wheat market, you now have December down 4, and we're at 5.38 1/2. That's currently sitting right on the low of the day as we speak. Cotton has December trading 78 points lower at 64.21. Well, it's time to bring in Ben Hushon of the mill in Whitehall, Maryland. And Ben, it looks like once again you guys may be up against it, dodging some weather, as it looks like maybe a little bit of weather moving that direction once again out of the Midwest. So what are the farmers doing right now ahead of that?
Good morning, Marlin. Well, I think we were in this same situation last Tuesday when you and I talked, and we ended up with scattered showers, maybe a ½ inch of rain over a couple of days. It did take the humidity out, but at this point, folks are kind of watching corn dry down, watching beans dry down, mowed a lot of hay over the weekend, and I know I saw corn disappearing all last week, and even spent a couple hours yesterday driving around York County trying to find somebody filling silo. Lots of remnants for the viewers. I sent in some pictures of some fields that had been harvested, primarily at dairy and beef operations, but harvest is just beginning in or has not begun, obviously, in corn or soybeans, but things are starting to dry down with this low humidity.
It is that time, and I understand tobacco harvest is underway also right now.
Yes, it's a little uniqueness that we have in York, Lancaster County, primarily, mostly done by the Amish, but they had been struggling with the tobacco they got harvested, just like folks trying to dry down hay. They cut that tobacco hanging in their barns, or in some cases, the newer trend is in greenhouses. And we had so much humidity, just endless humidity, that they were having trouble getting it dried properly, and we're getting some diseases. So, as I saw yesterday driving around, there was some more harvest done, and with this low humidity, certainly much better drying conditions for their crops too.
Yeah, that's always something fascinating for people that don't live in tobacco country, to watch how that all operates. And not all tobacco is harvested the same way either. Some you harvest a whole plant, some you harvest a leaf at a time and work your way up the plant. So interesting stuff. What kind do they grow right there where you are?
There is a Burley. I think the pictures I sent in for the viewers, the Burley, Tennessee, would have been the yellow tobacco, primarily for Philip Morris, and then a lot of cigar wrapper, because again, the Amish in our community, they're hand cutting it, and then they'll literally this winter go back through, take each plant down that's hanging in the barn and take it apart piece by piece, with the cigar wrapper being the premium tobacco that they're trying to attain.
Wow, interesting stuff. Thank you, Ben, for pointing that out. Always very educational to talk with you. Ben Hushon of the mill in Whitehall, Maryland. Now we're going to break right here, and we'll come back, and I'll get you updated on our cattle and hog market activity next.